Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Scorpio, I'm going to call this a very important message today. I've had some run-ins with a few things, and it was actually something that, in very brief, came out in the reading that I did yesterday for Scorpio. And I'm going to try to keep this short because I have back-to-back appointments today. But I sat down and I asked Spirit if this message that I was getting was strictly for me or if this was for the Scorpio collective. And Spirit reminded me that I am one to be in this space of having this experience, as I've talked about before on this channel, that I feel like I'm kind of like God's guinea pig, ha ha ha, to have these in-depth experiences, and then later on, people with similar situations end up coming to me in this work, and we work together, right? We collaborate in that sense. As I sat with Spirit and asked about this guidance, and something told me a couple of weeks ago that the way that I would work would change, and I see that happening, and for good reason. I don't quite see the big picture yet myself. A reminder that just as much as you all learn from myself and others in this field, we too, on this side of the camera, are learning as well. And there is something very big shifting, and obviously Scorpio with Mars, as I talked about yesterday, going retrograde, Pluto moving into Aquarius, there's a lot of significant changes that are taking place, and I feel it personally. And some of you reached out to me about like, oh, you seem a little down and out, and it's not that I'm down and out, guys. There's just things that are changing, and we have to be flexible with the universe, even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's hard right now, even if you feel like you're going to have a meltdown, like just stay the course. So Spirit asked me, 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the Star, out with that, the King of Cups, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords, to remember my purpose, my individuality in this is an individual experience. However, this is one that is to be taught and shared, to enlighten others, to instill hope and faith in our journey so that we can collectively work through whatever is happening. Spirit also saying to me as I speak, if you've not had these experiences yet, they are coming in the next 3 weeks. So keep the faith, thank you, Spirit, in your beliefs, in your traditions, and continue to move on and move forward, okay? So the experience that I've had, so it's probably been, let's see, today's Friday. So it's been, I would say, 5 days ago. There's the 5, right? Change. That there's been some work around my property, as I've told you guys, like if you hear the background, please ignore it. And they were doing some work, and they had opened up a space under like a foundational area that's below my home. And I kept hearing a cat meow. And it was a faint meow, but we also have a bunch of strays around here, so it could have been coming from any direction. Well, I realized, I think it was like Monday night, that this sound was coming from actually a trap. Like this cat is trapped underneath my home. And so I told the people about it that were doing the work. They ignored me to the point that I became an asshole about it, because it was like, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You say something, you get ignored. You say something, you get ignored. And they went on about their business. And finally, like, I lost my shit in a very Scorpio way, put it that way. Thought the issue had been resolved. And then realized yesterday that it may not have been. So I made another phone call, said, hey, here's the situation again. I still hear this animal. Something needs to be resolved. Well, in the meantime, yesterday morning, I'm taking my kiddo to the bus stop. I look across the road, and there is a dead black and white cat across the street. So my kid's in tears. I'm kind of like trying to hold back tears just because it's a life, right? And as you know, recently, my cat has popped up on camera more often than not, with his ass parked right here, right? So, and I've always been very attuned to cats. Those are my critters, right? I've always loved cats more than probably anything, cats and birds. And so today I sit down to have an appointment with a client, and I'm on the phone taking care of that. And I hear this very loud meow. And I thought, though, that it was my fur ball. Realized my fur ball is in the other room, sleeping on a pillow, out like a light, doing his cat nap gig. Had my client wait. I stuck my ear to the floor. The cat is underneath this room. So I'm like, holy shit, here we go again. It's still not resolved. Like this animal is trapped beneath me. I can't get to it. I can't like go drilling through the floor. I can't go across the street and save the cat that got hit by a vehicle. It's been a whole thing. So I sat down today and did a little bit of meditating on it, and then kind of looked up what it means when cats are trapped, when cats are dead. Like what significance does that hold? Oh, and side note, like I was listening to something earlier today as I did go somewhere and I was driving, and her cat is fucking with everything too in the process. This cat too happened to be black and white, very similar to the cat that I seen that had gotten hit by a car. So if that's not Spirit's way of beating Nicole over the head, going, are you paying attention to this? Because we need you to pay attention to this. Like, stop wondering and get to it. So I'm going to do some cards on this. I'm going to keep this message short. Again, I'm on crunch time today. But there is a message in this for all of you, not just for myself. And we are here to help each other lead and navigate the way. Spirit is saying, I could cry, like I got the chills. Spirit said, because there's more to come after this is resolved. Whatever you all are going through too, like know that this, I've said it so many times, it's temporary. We cannot see the way forward. We may not understand those choices. But like at some point, Spirit, you're going to be able to breathe a massive sigh of relief. Like it's here. Whatever this is in Scorpio, I'm going to tell you, like, expect this for a couple of weeks on and off. You may feel great. You may not. You may feel in between. Just know that there's a divine purpose to this, because I think whatever you're manifesting, if it's not taken care of in a certain way, and you don't stay in your higher vibrational self, it's going to create a lot of problems. All right. So the trapped cat thing is like, Spirit's trying to get your attention for the purpose of blockages. And obviously you think about a trapped cat, like there's no food, there's no water, there's no shelter. It's darkness. It's depth. It's quiet. It's you're isolated, right? That's the hermit times 1,000. It's caged in. The dead cat was a symbol of the fact that a magnificent ending, and I'm not even going to call this transformation. This isn't transformation. This is the end of more than a cycle. This is the end of more than just Scorpio's death and rebirth process. This is the final fucking act. If you have other things outside of you that are coming at you, towards you, for you, fighting you, the trapped cat too is also a signifier of negative forces trying to work against you as well, trying to trap you essentially, right, in some form. Guys, be ever so loving and be ever so patient per Spirit right now, okay? Because it's I almost feel like our timelines, and when I say ours, I'm talking mine to yours, they're starting to catch up. Like I've been on this path for, my whole life, really. But again, the things that I was going through, it was like everybody was like 6 months to a year behind where I was and having these experiences, and I really couldn't relate to anybody because, normal people would look at me, I say normal, but conditioned people would look at me like I was a freaking fruitcake, right? And in part why I kind of started this channel, to give people that space, to create that space where we're not crazy. Like we see things differently, and we see things that others refuse to open up their eyes to. right? Talk about the seeing and the not seeing, the High Priestess and the Knight of, or the Page of Swords. It's open for interpretation and investigation, Spirit is saying, okay? So it's like, in that, I feel like you guys are now only weeks behind me for some, that's the way Spirit's showing it to me, like only weeks behind me. So even if you're not having these experiences yet, expect no later than the end of the year for that to happen. But I'm really going to stick to that 3-week mark for whatever, whatever reason Spirit's giving that to me. 3 weeks, and that takes us slightly now, I think, after, this is the 8th, so that's 29th. So yeah, it's slightly after the Pluto and Aquarius meet again for the next 20 years. And that takes us relatively close to the Mars retrograde. I think that's like the very beginning of the month of December. All right, Spirit, what is this cat business that you all have beaten me over the head with? Okay. 6 of Cups in the reverse, 7 of Wands, Scorpio, trying to stop the past from returning, the 9 of Swords after shuffling, still showing itself. Scorpio, somebody else, I don't get too much into the magic and all that, like the black magic and stuff like that. Everything is a spell, okay? But this to me is somebody who's, one, presented themselves to be stable individuals, and 2, somebody who sees your rise. Your rise irritates them. I'm going back to that irritation word. Irritates them. They don't want you to move on and excel. They don't want to be left behind. So in turn, what do I have to do to hold Scorpio back? Okay? And Scorps, in the midst of this, trying to impose their own mental shit, that 9 of Swords, upon you, and here you are going, we're not going backwards. Here's my boundary. It's a no. The title, I don't ever really get the titles before I do these videos. I allow them to kind of play out as whatever it needs to be via the message of the video. I don't ever title something beforehand. Before I sat down to do this video, I heard Spirit say, Scorpio, this is the no in the rest of November. I said yesterday in that read, no. No is no is no. Scorps, 6 of Swords. Look, your energy is, I want to get away from the anxiety. I want to get away from the bullshit. I want to get away from the fuckery. I want to move on to calmer waters. And Scorpio, the 6 of Swords, you have 3 people in that, 3 people in the boat. You've got, looks like a woman and a child with a man rowing that boat in the traditional Rider-Waite, right? Wherever that card just went to, I don't know. Scorpio, this isn't somebody else in the physical. This is somebody, I don't say somebody. There are divine forces that are guiding this 6 of Swords. I feel like for a lot of you who are encompassing the divine feminine energy, this is a divine, well, I don't know if I want to call them a divine masculine or not if they're operating in this bullshit. But divine masculine energy, somebody with that masculine side, that boss side to them, who's trying to create this narrative of where you're supposed to be. It's control, right? People trying to control other people. And there you are, Scorpio, Queen of Wands. Listen, I think in the Rider-Waite deck, I don't recall, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know for certain, I don't think I am. I don't think there's a black cat on any other card. I brought up that black cat yesterday in that read. It came out in the cards. Look at this. The Queen of Wands, what does she have? She's got her black cat by her side. Cats are excessively intuitive, right? They are there. They see, they know things that we don't. Scorpio, I'm going to go back to kind of what I said. Harvest season. We reap what we sow. Scorpio, this is you standing for your independence. This is you standing for your individuality of who you're becoming and what it is that you're doing, what you're here to do on this earth. And this could be as something as mundane as, I don't want to say mundane, but a divorce. Friendships, family, romantic partners, people in powerful positions who think they have authority. You know, it's like brainwashing, Scorpio. It's brainwashing. Look at this. Forward movement, that black and that white again that I talked about. And you know, as I see those, boom, here's another clue, Nicole, right? So today I'm driving back from where I had to go. There's a gnat in here. And lo and behold, there's a place not far from here, and they had been having work done. And here we go, work being done again. Clue. To their property. There's something here, Scorps, with home. They have two big lion statues that sat at the end of their driveway. So when they had all this concrete work done, they obviously had to move these massive things. I mean, they're fucking phenomenal. Those cats, those big lions, right? Funny, I dressed up as a lion for Halloween, right? That one was facing one way, one was facing the other. There's a card in this deck, as I say that too, that has dogs. Like, I feel like I'm fucking playing Blue's Clues here, guys. I mean, seriously. Is it this deck? I think it's this deck. Hold up. Oh, no, it's this one. Hold up. There we go. Wrong deck. So many decks of cards. Where's it at? Let's see what's on that card, because I don't even know off the top of my head. Let's see. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I know this card is in here. Like, you all probably think I've done lost my mind, but I promise you I have not. I know that card is in here. There's two. There it is. The hunt. I talked about prey yesterday, right? I talked about the prey. You trap your prey, don't you? It's the hunt. Look at those two dogs. This is how those lions were sitting. Like, I feel like I'm piecing together the information of what is coming in, and expect this. The centaur. Alpha, right? Scorpio, even expect this into Sag season, right? There could be a slight, Spirit saying a slight continuation to information. I don't know, Spirit just told me to say to you, if you've never believed anything I've said before, believe it now. Like, I feel like I've gone to some kind of extremism of going, oh my God, pay attention. But Scorpio, I'm serious. I'm so boldly serious and confident in what is happening. And that chariot showed itself, right? You look in the back as I split the deck just so I could get that hunt card out of there, right? Do you see the chariot riding off through the flames? There it is. A 3 again. We had the 3 of Pentacles. When I asked Spirit, what am I doing here? Like, is this for you? Is this for me? What am I doing here, right? Because I don't fucking know. Do you see the people watching him go off into the flames? He's trailblazing his own path. He's going his own way. He's walking through the epitome of hell and fire, and probably already has. Like, he's halfway through it now. Why? Why, Spirit says, why? Healing. Healing into divinely guided partnerships. This is your signal. Here you go, Scorpio. Here you go, Nicole. Are you paying attention to what the alarms that are being sounded right now? Because this is revolutionary. This is going to change the course of your life. And do you not remember me saying, I forget what video it was now, but I said it was like 10 weeks or something. No, I don't remember what the time frame on that was, but I said it's going to affect the next 10 years of your life. Here it is, Scorpio. Here's the moment. Here's the moment of truth, Scorpio. What you have worked towards, what you have built upon, there will always be opposition to. Always. You will never solely, entirely get away from that. But you need to know. You will never know every single move they make. You will never know all the things that they're doing behind the scenes you know nothing about. You're not supposed to know. Because if you did, you would change the course of your direction. You would probably retaliate. And you need to stay in a space of love. I mean, it's just mind-blowing to me. Some of you could be tuning into Mary Magdalene right now. Heart space, love. Scorpio, there's so much. Like, I don't even know. Like, I feel like over the weekend, as I should have some time. No promises, right? I look at this. Universal Merkaba. A sacred purpose. You have the answer. Lucid dreaming. Pay attention to your dreams. Behind that energy attachment, energy exchange, negative influence, self-sabotage. Scorpio, whatever you're dealing with wants you to self-sabotage. They want you to get mad. They want you to play the game. They want to fight. They want to fuss. Protect your energy more than ever right now. Because when people feel you moving on, they're going to try to move in on that, okay? There's the hit again. You can't make it up. What does Scorpio need to know in regards winning at all cost? Trying to stop you from winning at all cost? Seven of Swords. What is the Spirit? Five of Cups. There you are, Scorpio. They're trying to leave you in regret. They're trying to leave you in despair. And Spirit's saying it's because that's where they are now. These are karmic cycles. These are karmic people. Look at that. Five of Cups, Five of Wands, Temperance. Scorpio, you have to address this with an open heart. No matter, look, this is going to sound so fucking crazy. I don't care if they've murdered your family members. You have to find forgiveness. You have to find love. Because through those things, you have a truth. Whether it's your divine purpose, how you help others, what you're doing in this world, 22:22 on the clock. People can take physical things from you, right? You could lose your house in a divorce. All these things could happen, right? But what they can't take away is what lives within. They can't stop your love for anything. They can't stop the heart and the passion that you have for the things that you love. They will try to turn you cold. They may be brutalizing you in some form. Mentally, emotionally, physically, I hope not. They want to leave you down and out. Scorpio, go back to the very basics of your life. The things that are so dearly important to you, and love those. Like maybe you've had a lot of things for a while and all of a sudden, you're down to two things. Love those things. Be grateful for where you are and what you have, because right now Spirit needs you to be in the attitude of gratitude. Okay? Scorpio, you know the way forward. Queen of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. What comes after this period for Scorpio? Scorpio, from the Five of Cups to the Empress. Talk about a major shift. Two of Wands. Ten of Cups. The Ace of Cups, Scorpio. Five of Pentacles and the World Spirit saying you will want for no more. You will not need to want. You will not want anymore. If you live in love and you live in faith, there's nothing someone else can take away from you. The things that are important to them, money, cars, houses, you can't take that shit to the grave with you. And when you're on the other side and you're ready to sign a new soul contract to come into this world again, you don't get to bring that shit with you. You bring your soul, you bring the lessons, you bring the love, you bring the light. Your Mercedes-Benz ain't coming along. Your $50 million mansion ain't coming along. The jewelry and the finer things in life don't come along. Live for the things that mean the most. Lords of the Records. The archive of your soul information is open and ready for you to access. You can now align more deeply with your soul purpose. What I say, your soul comes with you, not the shit. Stop playing small, Scorpio. Be bold, be assertive, but do it in love. All hands on board, Scorps. Amplified power 44. Your energy is being amplified. You hold the power of the Ascended Masters. You know, I'm going to say this. You may hate me after I say this, because I don't know what your views are. And I'm not saying that I'm going either which way with this statement, because I quite frankly have no shits to give anymore. But, again, we'll just use the election as the example for whatever reason, because it stands front and center this week, and probably will for the next couple of months at least. They've spent 8 years wasting their energy. Let this be an energetic spiritual lesson for you, Scorps. They have spent 8 years wasting tax dollars, their time, their energy, efforts on focusing on one person to stop him from becoming the president again. Their efforts failed. Can you imagine if they would have taken every single dollar they've spent on prosecution, or the Temset, the time, the money that they've made sitting there doing that, the energy, the attention, the effort? If they took all of that over all these years later and put it towards something that was going to benefit those who pay that money into the system and pay their salaries, and have spent it on educational programs, border security, feeding our homeless, taking care of our veterans, our healthcare system, which is shit, how much more they would have accomplished for the better and let everything else weed itself out. But they were focused in an energy of hate. You can have whatever view you want to. I have no judgment either one of any avenue. It's all our own personal belief, and I totally respect that. But when you focus your attention from a place of anger instead of a space of love, it is a matter of when it catches up to you. And Scorpio, no matter whatever the situation is for you, no matter how angry it's made you, this is a pure test Spirit is saying of you to understand the true value of forgiveness and to live in this simplistic way of understanding the things that are most important to you right now. Spirit, prioritize your time, prioritize your life, and let everything else go. No matter how difficult, no matter how trying it's been, send those people off with love. But you're coming into union with everything. Whether we like it or not. We have to find a way to heal. Some people don't want to heal. They want to live in the past. They want to repeat karmic cycles. Scorpio, that's not who you are. That's not what you're trying to do. Spirit just said they've kept the score, now let it be. Scorpio, I'm leaving it there. I've got to get going here. But I needed to do this. I needed to do this, and it was directed to do this by Spirit for you, and for even I think for myself as well. So for all of those of you who've reached out to me, I really am truly fine. As human as the next and navigating some things, but that doesn't stop me from being here and doing what I love to do. You all inspire me and light me up every single day to do this, and I'm so forever grateful for all of you. So I will get back with you all very soon. I'm sending you love and light. Take care.